Jim Harbaugh receives a 4-year ban, essentially a ban, by the NCAA, a National College Athletic Association, desperate to stay relevant in a time where they are the most irrelevant we have ever seen them. This penalty means nothing. Jim Harbaugh ain't going to be coaching college at all in the next 4 years, probably ever. That national championship game that we saw may be the final game that Jim Harbaugh has coached in the NFL. But anyway, let's dive in here a little bit. And if you want to follow along, the link to this very article will be down below. Please make sure to open it up and read the whole thing for yourself. There are great people who write for Total Apex, me being one of them. My articles will be in the description below as well, if you want to go check it out. It's more racing, but there is some football to it. But anyway, so Jim Harbaugh receives a 4-year show cause order and a 1-year ban from coaching any collegiate program. And if he was to return to the NCAA, this penalty involved 5 current or previous staff members who were under Harbaugh at Michigan. So pretty much, if he comes back, they're going to whack him and whoever hires him. Which I would take the penalty, honestly. But anyway, the thing is with this whole thing, it is over a thing that every college program does. And if they are not, then that is their problem. Every program does this. They find any sort of advantage by hook or by crook. And you really think that Nick Saban has done everything clean? You really think Kirby Smart is doing everything clean? Of course not. Of course not. But because it's Michigan, because it is Jim Harbaugh, and because the way that they do things is unorthodox and against the grain, and they are willing to come out and say, this is bullcrap. What the hell is going on? That the NCAA has to come out and really make an example of all the rebels that come out and speak up for the betterment of college football and to the detriment of the NCAA. And of course they have to do, because it's the NCAA. So moving on to the On3. Hello. Moving on to the I'm just gonna go right to what in the world is going on here. There we go. Colin Cowherd. He even said on his radio show, this is a witch hunt. And Jim Harbaugh, he knows this.
Never lie, never cheat, never steal. I was raised with that lesson. I have raised my family on that lesson. I have preached that lesson to the teams that I've coached. No one's perfect. If you stumble, you apologize, and you make it right. Today, I do not apologize. I did not participate, was not aware.
The double bird directly to the NCAA. He knows he's not going back to college football. He knows the NCAA is going to do everything they can to punish Harbaugh because Harbaugh actually stands up for something. He isn't afraid to voice his opinions. Whether it be the traditional get in line, oh, everything is so perfect and great, to even the tougher ones on tougher issues that we have in the world, such as abortion, when he came out and said that that he would rather take in a player's child than have them go off and get them aborted. And for some reason, that's a horrible, horrible thing. And he takes a baseball mitt to a baseball game as a fan. Okay, that I don't. Apparently, that's a knock on him, but whatever. But either way, Colin Cowherd, he even says this is a witch hunt.
By the NCAA says Harbaugh could face a show cause restriction if he ever returns to college sports. He's not. He's going to go win Super Bowls for the Chargers. Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter and the DB coach Steve Klingscale came to the Chargers from Michigan. They're accused, this reads like a Saturday Night Live comedy skit. They're accused of...
Perfect. That is perfect. That is why he is a professional. It is a Saturday night comedy strip. Saturday Night Live comedy script. Because you cannot make this stuff up. This is so insane, so overblown. And it is this ongoing spat that Michigan has, or that the Big Ten and the NCAA have with Michigan. The spat between Michigan and the NCAA, or Michigan and the Big Ten, has gone all the way back to when it was the Western Conference. We're talking Fielding Yost era. That is why Michigan left the Big Ten at the time, the Western Conference, in I think it was 1908. Because of all of these shenanigans, all of this bull crap, and that is what this whole thing is. I believe he goes in. I believe there's another thing.
Violations at Michigan. Here's one of them.
The violation.
Klingscale is accused of helping a recruit get verified on Instagram.
Oh my God. He is helping a recruit get verified on the gram. Lock him up and throw away the key. Good Lord. This is what happens when you have an institution that has more power than brains. More power than common sense. Like, this is clinically insane. You have the NCAA trying anything they can to stay relevant. And then you go after the rock star, the guy that is box office for college football. But because the NCAA is the whipping toy to ESPN, and Jim Harbaugh is not on an ESPN team. That's another thing to note. That is another thing we have to note here. Michigan and the Big Ten, they are not ESPN. They are Fox. Big Ten is Fox. And of course, the NCAA goes to every single whim of ESPN because, who knows? Because ESPN itself is dying. You see everybody and their cousin leaving ESPN for Fox Sports, NBC, Amazon Prime, and the WWE. ESPN's a sinking ship, and they're trying to stay relevant by having these breaking news stories that are not really much of anything. This whole thing is irrelevant because Harbaugh's not going to be back. He's not coming back to college. He's going to go on to the NFL. He's going to do great. He's going to lead the Chargers to a potential AFC championship bid. Maybe even better. And the NCAA is going after Michigan because one of their coaches helped a player get verified on Instagram. You can't make this stuff up, guys. I think there's a couple other ones that are completely insane.
That same recruit, you could pay $1 million a year to play out of high school.
Yep.
But this is one of the big ones. That the assistant coach got one of his players verified on Instagram. I mean, is this a witch hunt or not? Another
one
is allegedly sending text messages to high school sophomores. You mean the same ones Ohio State or Michigan or Clemson or Georgia could pay $600,000 to legally?
So, you can have your friend. You're a big-time college football coach. And you got a friend who is a car salesman. A big, massive car salesman who makes millions and millions of dollars a year. You can have him go to the local high school with that 5-star recruit, have a $500,000 handshake. Hey, come to Ohio State. Come to Michigan. We got you covered, bud. But oh my God, you send him a text. Oh my God, lock him up. Death penalty. End it. Michigan football program needs to be extinct. Right? The insanity of this whole thing is crazy. So, and for the NCAA to come out, and they've been so behind the ball on everything, to the point where college football is now professional football without a salary cap. It is no longer, and gosh, sound like the old man sitting on the front porch. Yes, football players, basketball players, athletes should be paid. I am not disputing that by any stretch of the imagination. However, to be paying them while they're still in high school, millions and millions of dollars just because they're good at football, at high school football, in hopes that they come to your program is insane. Now, yes, they should be making enough money to where they don't have to choose between whether they're going to eat a meal or have enough gas to get to class. That absolutely should not be happening. But to be able to be driving around in a Mercedes AMG because they were good in high school and they're the backup quarterback or the backup defensive tackle is utterly insane. Arch Manning's making millions of dollars being Quinn Ewers' backup. He's not, and this whole thing, they're going to be making less money in the pros on their rookie deal than what they make in college. This is insane. This is clinically insane. And if the NCAA would have just acknowledged that, okay, this is happening, there's not much we're going to do about it, just keep it within reason, which they haven't, which they did not do that. And here we are. It is the Wild West. You have players entering the portal each and every year, which is another issue that they got to work out. And the NCAA is focused on a Michigan coach getting a player verified on Instagram. And Jim Harbaugh getting a kid a cheeseburger. That is what this whole thing is all about. And then you have Connor Stallions filming other teams, which definitely doesn't happen at every other major college football program that can afford to do that. From Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, Georgia, Alabama, everybody who can do it is doing that. And if they're not, then that coach should be fired for not working hard enough. It's not hard. It's not complicated. The NCAA needs to focus on real issues in college football instead of this petty bullcrap. I'm Dylan Hildreth. My YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.